All right, my 5-minute fix today. It's a bit of sports, it's a bit of actual news that's going on. It's just a bit of the 5-minute fix with Alex Garrett. First things first. Hey, Mr. Jeff Carter, you banged into our goalie, Igor Shesterkin, okay? You could have avoided him last night, but you didn't. You were ejected. I wish I called for a suspension too, by the way, Jeff Carter, because what you did last night to Igor Shesterkin was unnecessary, uncalled for. Be a better hockey player. But the karma's hit the Penguins. Accordingly, their goalie, Mr. Casey DeSmith, has undergone core muscle surgery today, and so the leading Penguins goalie is out the rest of the playoffs. This could be a huge swing for the Rangers. And notice the goalie theme here because of security. These guys keep the net secure for both the Rangers and the Penguins. Gritty series so far in games 1 and 2. Feisty, chippy. You could say it all about this series. But the bottom line is it's tied at 1-1 and a very impressive showing by Shesterkin last night. Impressive showing by Panarin and the likes. And now you go to Pittsburgh tied at 1 with their backup goalie in net for the Penguins. But that's not the only security I want to focus on today. The real security I want to focus on is the 3 branches of our government. I went into this a little bit the other day, but I've thought about it this more. We now have 3 branches of government, the 3, very insecure. When you have a leak at the highest court, like we've seen this week with the Roe v. Wade opinion being disseminated through Politico in a leak, hopefully there's a disbarment. By the way, the American Bar Association wants to do away with LSATs. If we do away with LSATs for lawyers, leaks could happen all the time because they won't know what's ethical, right? I digress. The security of our nation is at stake right now because you look at the executive, the legislative, and now the judicial. That's the one that's most concerning to me. The judicial, the most prestigious, highest court, has had a leak for the first time in our lifetime, if ever. If ever. Now, some would say Dred Scott had leaks. I'm not sure. I have to go research that. But in our lifetime, we now have 3 branches of government that are totally insecure. And what does that make us as a nation? An extremely insecure nation. Well, you could say, how is the Biden administration being insecure? Are you serious? There may not be as many leaks, but there certainly is a lot of stuff that comes out of the president's mouth that could warrant national security issues. Legislatively, we've had leaks from congressional tapes with Kevin McCarthy, Reid, January 6th, and now SCOTUS. So if we cannot count on our 3 branches of government to be secure, we need to make a platform called, never mind MAGA, MASA. Make America secure again. And that also could include our borders. But mainly, we got to start getting our house together first. We've got to get our 3 branches of government back into security. I don't know if elections change that at this point. I feel like it's a free-for-all. But you know how we do it from the ground level? You and me. Just you and me. Working on life, working on solutions together. On the ground. Never mind at the top. Never mind at the top. But right here, even keel ground level, you and me, it starts with the communities. It starts with even parenting boards. It starts with education system being all unified, not truly divided between the parents and the teachers. It starts with every United States community making sure their own community is secure by bonding with each other, by working with each other, and by being kind to one another. Because we're not seeing any kind of unity at the top. We're seeing disarray from all 3 branches of government. Something, when you learn in 5th grade, the 3 branches of government, you never think would happen. You never think in 5th grade, well, legislation could be compromised, or the presidency could be compromised, or the courts could be compromised. But here we are in 2022. And it's up to us to figure out what to do. Now, yes, midterms will help, I think, alleviate some of these insecurities. That's the hope of the election. That is the hope of any election, is that it brings us to more security. But over the last few years, the insecurity has been building up and the activism has been building up. And one more thought on Roe v. Wade itself. The Supreme Court's not only been compromised by the league, but if they overturn a 50-year precedent, which is now constitutional law, and you've had judges time and time again on trial saying they will not rewrite the law as is, then how can you not say that this is becoming an activist court on the right? I'm going to go out and say it. This is becoming an activist court on the right if they too want to undo precedent of 50 years. And I know Chief Roberts wants to go down the middle with this, wants certain justices to get on the side of not overturning, but his court is in disarray and compromised even by the judges themselves that want to overturn this precedent. I think overturning it would be the powder keg to another civil war. And we cannot allow that to happen. So we need the court to be the court and judge judiciously and not activistly. Hey, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, Alex at alexgnYC.com, Alex at alexgnYC.com. But make America secure again in 2022. We cannot have all three branches of government absolutely trashed, absolutely in disarray, absolutely chaotic, because then it does fall on our shoulders. And our shoulders should be walking to the voting booth this November. Have a great rest of your weekend, and to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Enjoy it, and we'll be back with you soon on Alex Garrett Podcasting.